is brought to you by Sosoi. Sosoi, the innovators of spikeboarding, stand-up spike, and the creators of the original SkateBoard Spike. Sosoi, become the motor.
Hey folks, and welcome to another Sosoi spikeboarding tutorial. What we're going to see here is we're going to watch it 3 times, once in regular speed, once in slow motion, once with a little freeze frame. And what we want to illustrate here is how to get your skateboard spike from left to right, from one side to the other, with the highest performance that you can and the highest safety. So what we want to emphasize to you is that the spike always gets tossed and lands on the silicone handle. There's a 7-inch silicone grip, and you want the hand to toss it over from one to the next and have it always land on the silicone handle. And also you're seeing a little back toss there. We'll cover both. Here's the slow motion, and as you can see, the hand is going to toss it straight over to the other one, and the other one's going to catch it right on the silicone, not on the carbon fiber and not on the foam top at all. You want to get the 2 hands relatively close as possible, and then simply and gently toss the spike over, and then as it comes back around, keep your eye on the tip and make sure that it clears your front. Right? You can't apply any speed or pressure to it until it clears the front. There you just saw the spike tip hit the fender, and now you completely understand why spikeboarding has fenders. Because without a fender, you could nick a wheel. You nick a wheel with a spike, and the spike is going to behave very erratically. So 2 reasons we have fenders: we can't step on our wheels, we can't spike our own wheels, and of course the added last benefit is that all the elements stay under the road, those being pebbles, sleet, snow, and ice, because it's a 365-day-a-year sport. Now, notice as well that the spike is staying totally parallel to the board. That's what you want to do, or you're just wasting energy completely. So here we go into the freeze frame, and we will break down the strokes for you on how to effectively toss that skateboard spike left to right. Here we are waving the car through. We'll come to the first freeze frame, and you'll see right there that the left hand is coming in. You're not tossing it clear across your front. This left hand is going to come in very close and get the spike tossed into it as if it were a small ball from one hand to the next. And then we're going to go to the next position where the tip is going to clear the front. You need to clear the front before you can bring it over. Notice the athlete's taking a little peek at it. And your very next position is going to be where you line up the shaft parallel to the board and prepare to rotate the hand and take the tip backwards. And that's the breakdown of a forward toss of a skateboard spike in spikeboarding. So get them close, toss it across, silicone to silicone, and then catch it. Here is a toss for a stand-up spike. So when we have been stand-up spiking and not kubi crossing, we had both hands on the shaft, and the hands actually exchanged the spike a little further back. As we go up, the other hand gets on top of the skateboard spike and prepares to clear the front, and then line up your shaft perfectly parallel and plunge back down, spiking to the rear, and always on your front side. Always on your front side. Never stand up spike with 2 hands on the back side. There's no performance there. And here we're going to see how the spike clips the fender, and of course the fender protects the wheel, and that is why we have fenders on boards for spikeboarding. If you were to clip your wheel, you'd have a very unpleasant surprise. Of course, fenders keep the elements under the board. They also keep us from stepping on our wheels, which will give you a very unpleasant surprise as well. Now here's the back toss. Notice how simple that was. It was just a simple rear toss. The shaft goes up, the silicone gets handled from one hand to the next, gets handed straight over, and the spike returns perfectly parallel to the board, the elbow high, the stroke is executed, the spike goes up, the toss is done in the rear. So this rear toss is very low performing because it requires a great deal of effort to get the spike up. Your front toss is going to be far more effective. We just wanted to show this to you as another option when you've got your backside clear and you know that everything is open back there. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Tune in to the next one, and spike hard, spike often.
This video is brought to you by Sasoi. Sasoi, the innovators of spikeboarding, stand-up spike, and the creators of the original skateboard spike. Sasoi, become the motor.